Everybody knows about plastic, but what are microplastics? Let's learn from this video. Microplastics are nothing but tiny plastic particles that are formed as a result of breakdown of larger plastic particles. Microplastics can be categorized into two types: primary microplastic, secondary microplastic. Primary microplastics are actually intentionally created. It mostly includes microbeads. These microbeads are actually used as cleaning agents in paint industry, and it is being widely used in drilling fuel that is being used in oil and gas industry. Next comes the secondary microplastics. The secondary microplastics are formed from the fragmentation of larger plastics, particularly during usage of those plastic materials or during disposal of those plastic materials. Secondary microplastics are far more abundant than the primary microplastics. So secondary microplastics are actually formed, uh, you know, uh, during greater ambient temperatures, during some sort of frictional forces, and or exposure when these particles get exposed to the UV radiation that comes from the sunlight. So this is how secondary microplastics are being formed. Now plastic is everywhere, you know, literally everywhere. In fact, recent research shows that plastics are even found in mother's womb. According to researchers, they have found 12 microplastic fragments in 4 of 6 placentas which they have studied. If you are interested to know what are those particles and what are their sources, it is nothing but polypropylene. It's a common plastic that is used in food containers and packaging. While the other pieces were like literally harder to identify, but it was mostly like man-made coatings, like which are commonly found in paints, adhesives, finger nail polishes, polymers, and many other personal care products. So you can also ask, what is the major source of microplastic that we commonly consume? You will be really surprised. One recent study shows that 94% of microplastics come from bottled water. The next major source is like the beer bottles. 32% comes from beers. Follows the air, tap water, seafood, salt, sugar, and honey. If you ask about the health concerns of microplastics, it is still not understood properly. But doctors and medical experts, health experts point that it is definitely a matter of concern.